enjoyed that film on the Vikings that I watched this week. I mean, I've even got a hat and everything, but I can't find any good reports on the Vikings. I'm going to need your guys' help to write a good report so I can learn more about the Vikings. Welcome back to another round of the countdown game. You'll need a notepad and a pen. I'm going to fill the boxes with consonants and vowels. We've got to make the longest word we can using the letters. Ready? You're playing against me. Here we go. Time starts now. Okay, let's get some answers. So the longest word you could have got was errors, which is a 6-letter word. The longest word I got was a 5-letter word, roars. So I was quite close this time. How did you do? So today we're going to look at identifying features of a non-chronological report and then how to write our own. Hopefully by the end you'll be able to write a great Viking report. So moving on from the last session where you did some internet research on your topic, today we're going to look at identifying features of a non-chronological report and hopefully put you in a good position to write your own. Firstly, the purpose of a non-chronological report. They don't have to be read in any order, they're not in time order. They aim to give us information on a topic. They're written to give another person information, and they're useful for studying things we don't know a lot about. They're written in paragraphs, they contain an introduction, main body, and final paragraph, and the reports contain specific features, which we're going to look at now. Before we move on to looking at an example, let's just recap the planning and the research phase. Planning and research is very important when writing a non-chronological report. Hopefully, you've done some internet research on your topic already. You might want to plan what paragraphs are needed and what is going to go under them. It's helpful to write in note form while planning. Hopefully you'll have used a range of sources. You might have seen some internet sources, you may have seen some clips online too. What do you think the features are? Look at the following example of a non-chronological report. What do you think the features might be? Try to identify them. Have a look now, pause the video, and then come back when you think you've identified some of the features of this report. Okay, let's have a look at the features together. First of all, we've got the title, Werewolves, followed by a short introduction. Then we've got our subheadings for each individual section that we're talking about. Our main information comes under these subheadings. You can see them underneath each subheading. There's lots of information written in paragraphs. Your report might also include pictures and diagrams to illustrate to your reader what you're talking about. Generally, a report is written in present tense using third person. However, you might use past tense if you're writing about something that's already happened before. So let's just recap those features. Our introduction, what is the report about? Subheadings, titles which separate our information. Our main information are facts about the topic, which we'll have found in our research. It's written in the present or past tense. Imagine it's happening now or it's already happened. If you're writing about something that still exists today, it will be in present tense. If you're writing about something like, say, the Vikings, then it will be past tense, as their events happened in the past. Use third person, he, she, it, etc. And you might also include some pictures and diagrams. What does it look like? A picture of the event. You may want to do this after you've done your writing. So the structure of our report. Start with a title, something that's appropriate to what your report is about. Then you have your introduction, which is introducing the information. Who are you writing about? What is it or what's it used for, depending on the topic? Where can it be found? When can it be found? Then start each section with an appropriate subheading before you describe some of the facts and details of the topic you're discussing. This is where you'd use the facts that you found when using your internet research. For example, if your topic was Vikings, you might have sections with the subtitles Vikings in England or Invasion, depending on what your topic is. Now it's time for you to have a go at writing your report, remembering to use simple, clear titles, write using short sentences. It will make your points really clear and gives more emphasis to them. Use appropriate headings and subheadings to separate your information. Make sure the facts you've used are accurate. You should have checked this during the research phase of your work. You could tempt the reader using rhetorical questions. These are questions that you can pose to them that will make them think. Then, once you've finished the writing, you could draw some diagrams and add some captions to help explain some of your more interesting facts. This should be the last thing you do. Focus on the writing first, as this is where most of your reader's information is going to be learnt from. The diagram is just to help illustrate the facts that they're reading. It's time now then to pause the video, leaving these points on screen to help you. You need to have a go at writing your report. Pause the video here, have a go at writing your report, and then come back when you've finished, and we'll do a little bit of self-assessment together. Right, hopefully you've had a good go at writing your report. Now, a bit of self-assessment. Read your report to someone. See if they learned something new. If they've learnt something new from your report, that means that it's effective. It's succeeded in its task. You write a report to teach someone something. If they've learnt something new, then you've succeeded in following all the steps in this lesson, and you've written a really effective report. You could always put a section of it into the comments below for me to read. Perhaps the section that you're most proud of, or that you think I'll learn something new from. Hopefully you've enjoyed writing your report this week. Hopefully you're now in a really good position to write your own Viking report. I can't wait to read them and learn something new.